Hey, this is John Riley coming to you from my garage in sunny South Florida. This is a MAKITA I got from a good friend of mine, Cole. The other day, like 2 days ago, the muffler was getting rusty, so I took it off to, paint it, wire brush it real good and paint it, because you know me, I gotta have everything's gotta look perfect. So anyway, I modified the muffler. I got in there, it was really restrictive. It's a 90-10. And I absolutely love this saw. I've got a 20-inch bar. I put a 404 tip I got off of Scott Kuntz, and this ginormous 404/058 chain for cutting like palm trees and stuff down. Because the reason why I got the wide big chain on it, because palm trees have a lot of fiber and they pinch the bar. So when you got a wider cut, wider kerf, whatever you call it, it doesn't give the tree a chance, the straws, to just clamp down on the bar. Where the 3/8 chain, you get halfway through the cut and the tree's gripping the bar so tight, then you're pulling on your motor mounts, your bar mounts and shit really hard. But anyway, long story short, I cut the baffle that's in there. It was like deadheads. It's square, and I took the whole back wall pretty much out completely. And then the side little holes, I enlarged them. The hole that comes out the side, I didn't make it any bigger. But there's two holes. There's that hole and then another hole. It goes in a little bit further. So it's like a double wall. So you got to get a Dremel with the carbide cutter. I'm going to show you what I used. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Let me show you what I used. And this thing works like a charm. I just got this with a bunch of cutters. This cutter right here. I put this in the drill on high speed, and by God, this thing cuts like you wouldn't believe. It just walks through that metal like it's nothing. And then what you do, once you cut all that shit out, you definitely take the muffler with the garden hose and go through both directions several times with water, because you want to get all the metal and shit out of it, because there's a ton of metal in there. But you got to hear the way this thing sounds. I think the biggest mod you can do to this particular saw, whether it's a Solo, Domar, or MAKITA, because they're all the same basically, except they're just different colors, the muffler makes the biggest difference on these things because it's so restrictive. So let me spark this bad boy up so you can hear it. It's incredible. Like, compared to a lot of saws, this one is huge, and I know there's other saws that make a big difference, but this is definitely one of them. No compression release. Feel it, night and day. This little bench is made out of eucalyptus. That's why it's so red. I shouldn't have this oily saw on it. Actually, that's kind of stupid, but put the saw back over here. This is the bench that's designed to get oil all over it. But anywho, that's my MAKITA. I absolutely love this heavy saw. It's got some serious power, and it pulls a 32-inch bar all day long, even a 38-inch bar. It's got plenty of oil and everything for it. So this is a great saw for a long bar, for big cuts. It's got a super long stroke with a small bore, 52 millimeter bore, and I think it's got a 43 millimeter stroke or 42 millimeter stroke. So it's got a big, long, torquey stroke. So it's a great saw. What else can I say? I like it. It's kind of a collectible. I need to find a MAKITA, like a 7900 type of saw, like my Solos. I got some brand new cranks for one. I need a MAKITA. If anybody's got one out there, it's clean. I got brand new 38 millimeter cranks that have been welded up, that I can, like this one here is all done up. It's welded and true, brand spanking new. I've got cylinders, I got pistons. I want to do a MAKITA that's really pristine, to make an 81cc work saw Actually, an 88cc. I've got a cylinder that's just killer. It was Chinese cylinder, and I did so much work to this. US Chrome boarded out, but I did the epoxy because I had to really work on these transfers, you know, because it's a 54 millimeter bore. I took weight out of the piston. It's actually got a brand new ring out of a 660 kit. I used one of their rings, and I used a tapered steel pin on it and all that stuff. But this thing's ported and milled. It really works well. Eric Copsey did all the machine work on it, but US Chrome did the redid all the Nickel. So the cylinder's absolutely true. I used a Husqvarna 372 spring on it, so it makes the handlebar a little more rigid. Anyway, that's what I'll do. I'll make like an 88cc badass Makita that's been milled and ported, and like a badass work saw. It'd be fun to have in blue. Go blue. Yep. Okay, that's that. Thanks for watching.